All right. How to avoid the abusive women and abuses of family court. Do not sleep with these abusive women. Get a vasectomy immediately. If you're thinking about talking to somebody, immediately get a vasectomy. That is your top priority. And then you're going to pick a woman that is worthy of your time and attention. Anybody less than that, you have no relations with, do not even speak to. That's how you're going to cut down a lot of this BS. Because a lot of these women get on here and make fun of men that they deprived of their children. You men that are experiencing this, you are picking low value women, low hanging fruit. They're too easy. They're too easy to get with. You don't have to apply any kind of effort, but yet, she is willing to do whatever it takes to entrap you into the child support system. And you're conflating love with her trying to trap you. You need to recognize what the signs are. If she is too easy, like you can do it on the first night, there's no way you should be talking to this woman. A woman of value is going to take a lot more effort than that. A woman of value knows her worth. If she is willing to do this the first night, she don't even know your last name, I would advise that you exercise caution, take the necessary precautions, and don't speak to her again. This is not a woman that you want hanging around. Now, the first night you meet her, if you have to spend a lot of money to even pique her interest, I advise that you do not talk to this lady again. That is somebody that's not worth it. She wants to see how much you can spend. She wants to test the limits of your bank account. It's a setup from jump. And then when you flex your bank account, the only thing that's going to pique her interest is the money, not you. When my first date with my wife, $50 seafood. I married her 12 months later. That's all it took. Amy and I have been married 2 years now. So you're confusing lust and her desire for money over love. You're confusing. You're heavily confused at this point. And then my advice is to get a woman with a little bit more experience, an older woman. A lot of these men are like, I need a young girl and all this stuff. If she can't do nothing, what is the flipping point? Like literally, she can't even afford a car. She needs anything like you to sign a car note agreement for her to get a car. You're being used. You only do that for a wife. There are only certain things that you do for a wife. These women on here are getting on here telling the whole internet and the world how much money they cost. Are you listening to the garbage that they're spewing on this app? They're telling you how much they cost. You're going to do this, do my nails, do my hair. You must do this for me. Really? Yeah. You can go. You can disappear now. We don't have to do a goddamn thing for you. A woman that's truly interested in you, you're going to have to put in the work, but it ain't going to be that. That type of woman is somebody that is looking for somebody to pay her way. You reject that type of woman immediately. You get a better woman than that. I don't have a problem with women. It's just a certain type of woman is what I got a problem with. The ones that are lazy, on welfare, they're on food stamps. They always looking for somebody to pay for their freaking weave, nails, all kinds of. I mean, like, why do we owe you anything at all? We don't owe you anything. Just the fact that you exist as a woman does not mean that you get everything for free. There's no such thing as free money or free anything. Everything has a cost. So My advice is to get a woman that can take care of herself. We're gonna have to start there. That's like uh, base level standards right there. Can she take care of herself? Yes. Okay. We're gonna take a look at her and analyze that situation and see what she's about, and then go from there, depending on what else she has going on. But we need to start there, being able to take care of oneself. If she cannot meet that bare bones minimum standard, I don't care. She doesn't have to be rich, because men don't pursue women for money. She don't have to be rich. When I say take care of yourself, I'm talking about bare bones minimum. Can she pay her rent? Can she pay her own car payment on time? Can she put her food in her own fridge? Minimum standard. That is the absolute bare minimum standard that you should be seeking. And then go from there. And then you might actually like this lady. But if you get with a woman that can't even meet those standards that I just listed off, and you get somebody that is completely dependent on you, and you're mandated to pay for everything: hair, nails, car payment, insurance, and finance her, and this is not your wife we're talking about, you have already been set up. You get her pregnant, it is over for you. It like she don't love you. I don't know how else to spell this out for you. That is not love. That is somebody that is basically leeched onto you to bleed you dry, to get as much resources out of you so she could survive. If you get her pregnant, it is a wrap. She is going to absolutely use the child support to her maximum advantage at that point, because the whole objective was money and the baby. That was the objective from jump. And you just fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I had a vasectomy. I'm 45 years old. I retired at the age of 30, and I've been retired about 6 years now. I've been married for 2 years. So I got married after I retired. I established my entire life before I got married. That's the difference between what I'm doing and what you're doing. Some of you don't even have your life established, and then you're talking about you wanting a girlfriend, and then you want to get married, but yet your life is not established. I'm telling you right now, if your life is not established, your entire relationship and or your marriage will fail. There's nothing there. There's like literally you're not established. It's possible to get established and then get married. So you're not established. You can barely take care of yourself. You're hanging on. You're basically on thin ice. One mistake, you're about to lose your place to live. And we're not talking a house or nothing here. We're talking apartment living. One little mistake, you're about to get evicted out of your little apartment. And if your finances are like that, you should not even be talking about dating at all, or talking about trying to get married to somebody, because you're going to fail. You're not stable enough, and you're going to fail. 100% failure. You have to do better than that. And you women that like to take advantage of men that have made it, you are a piece of work. And you need to be humbled. I'm sorry to say. I don't know what else to tell you, but that specific type of woman gets me on my last nerve. I'm out of here.